Hi, in this video we are going to install Ubuntu 24, the server version. Um, as we've progressed in the class, it's important for us to start working now mostly on a terminal, and we really don't need the graphic user interface. It's mostly when we are doing introduction into Linux. So the first thing we are going to do is to go to ubuntu.com and then download the image that we did for this installation. Ubuntu Server is more of a server operating system, and the previous ones we've used is what we call the desktop operating system, the one with the graphical user interface. So I go to ubuntu.com. When you get to ubuntu.com, you want to click on the right here. You would go to Get Ubuntu and choose Server and Get Ubuntu Server. I want to download this one, the 24.0 long-term support. Now, there are other means of downloading. You can use torrents to download. However, I will just click on the download link and this will begin the download process, giving me the image. Based on your internet speed, it might take some time. It's 2 GB of data. And I'll save that to my desktop. Our download is now complete. It's now complete, and we're going to begin the process of installing Ubuntu Server. Very easy. File. I'm going to VMware Workstation Pro 17 and file new virtual machine. And if you want to know how to install Workstation Pro 17, I already have a video on this channel showing how to do that. I'm going to go next to typical, and I'm going to click to the installer ISO, browse, and I will look for the one for Ubuntu. I put it on my desktop. I will look for Ubuntu Server. This is the one. And I'm going to hit next. And the name I could call it THP uh, Ubuntu Server. Name it whatever you want. I'm going to save it in my documents directory. Next. 20 gig of drive space is fine. Good. I'm going to come here. Everything looks fine for me. However, I don't want to use NAT. I want to customize this hardware and I want to use a bridge connection. There's nothing wrong with NAT, again, but I prefer to use a bridge connection to get the IP address directly from the router in my house. And I'm going to hit finish. It's going to use 4 GB of memory and that works fine for me. And I'll hit finish. If you don't have so much RAM, you can reduce this memory to maybe 2 GB by double clicking on customized hardware. Because remember, this is a black and white screen. You don't need 4 GB of memory, but I have so much memory. So you could come here and choose maybe just 2 if you don't have so much resource in your system. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hit finish. It's going to power on immediately after I hit finish. And this is the beginning of the installation process. So you want to try Ubuntu Server. I hit enter. Yes, I want to try that. Remember to click your mouse on the screen and then it will disappear. Then you hit enter. One thing you will notice about Ubuntu Server is you cannot use your mouse to be clicking left and right because there is no graphical user interface. Everything here is just going to be on the command line. Okay, it's on this page. It's asking the language for my installation. I'm going to choose English. And remember, we're just going to work here with the keyboard, not the mouse. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to choose, I don't want to update installer because when you start to update stuff, it's going to take some time to download all of that on the internet and it might increase the installation time. I don't want to have to do that. I'm going to choose continue without updating. And then I have English as my keyboard. I'm just going to hit done. And then this is what I want to install. Ubuntu Server. It's right up there. There's also Ubuntu Server Minimize, a very tiny one. And you can also install third-party drivers, but I just want to leave Ubuntu Server. That's the only thing I choose. It's already chosen for me. There is an X on it. I hit enter. The next thing is the internet. It's just going to try to get an IP address for this machine from my router. That's my IP, 10.0.0.0.4/24. That's fine with me. I'm going to hit enter done. And proxy address, none of them. I don't have any of those. And I just hit enter. And it's going to try to test some mirrors, like location where it's going to pull maybe repositories for Ubuntu. I see those are repositories. Don't worry about the rest. It's going to continue on. I'm going to hit done. And the next thing we are talking about the disk. Remember when we were creating this virtual machine in VMware Workstation Pro, we set to give it 20 GB of disk space. And so that's what is there. And it will take care of the logical volume. I don't want to encrypt anything. I don't want to encrypt anything. I'm just going to go down, 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 and I get to done. And see done is green. Then I will go ahead and just hit enter. And now what it's doing is creating something like a partition table, how Ubuntu will be installed, the root, the boot, and all of that stuff. Don't worry if you're a beginner and you don't understand any of this, that's perfectly fine. Just hit done, enter, and then it says selecting continue below will begin the installation. Yes, that's what I want to do. Go down to continue, I hit enter. Now it's gonna ask for my user and my name. My name is Tech High Priest. My server name, I'm just gonna call it uh I could just call it THP Ubuntu Server. Funny long name. But my username, I'm gonna call it THP. Then my password. Okay. Then I'm gonna go down to done. And then you wanna enable Ubuntu Pro, that's kind of subscription stuff. No. I'm just gonna skip for now. And if you want to change something, remember to use the space bar. If you hit the space bar, it does select or remove something. But I'm just going to go down to continue, hit enter. And then now, this is very important. It's saying, you can choose to install OpenHSS server package to enable secure remote access to your server. That's so important because from now onward, we are going to be wanting to install stuff like we want to SSH into our machine, like we want to connect remotely to a machine that's not right next to us. So we have to hit the space bar to select X for that. That is important. We don't want to put any keys for the moment. I'm going to hit done. Now, these are other applications you can install. You can install a little bit of Kubernetes. There are different packages that you could install. Mosquito. We don't need any of those stuff, right? Prometheus. I'm just going to hit done, and then I will proceed with the installation. This has begun the installation, and you will notice that in a very few minutes from now, the installation should be complete. And if you look here at the top of the screen, you can see it says installing system. That's it in orange. Okay, installation in progress. While this is installing, if you don't mind, take the time to subscribe to my channel because if you don't subscribe, I'm going to ask you for an offering. Okay, so just go ahead and subscribe. Thank you. We can see that the installation is, I would say, almost complete, and right now it's actually updating the system for us. You can clearly see here it's updating the system, and we'll just wait. You can also notice over here that the installation is successful and complete. If you look here, you see installation is complete. So we would proceed to reboot our machine. Installation complete. Everything looks fine. Let's go ahead and reboot our system. To reboot our machine, I'm just going to go down and I'm going to hit close. Remember, we cannot click with a space bar or enter key. Then I pull down to reboot now. Enter, and it's rebooting our Ubuntu. So congratulations, if you've done that, you've actually installed Ubuntu server on VMware Workstation Pro 17. I'm going to hit enter one more time. Once it reboots, I would like to log into this system. And here we are. I'm going to put my username. And that was a successful login. If you look on your screen, it's just showing us some information about our server. We are currently logged in. If we look here, it tells us welcome to Ubuntu Days. And we can also see the system load, the number of processes running on the system, and we can see the IP address of the system, 10.0.0.4, and we can see we are logging as THP at THP Ubuntu Server. That's the name of my machine. And One thing about this is, remember, you can no more use your mouse to scroll, to make the text large and all of that stuff. You cannot do any of those because now we are mostly in a black and white screen. It's the command line interface. And in the next class, I'm going to show you how to SSH to this machine. Thank you for watching. Hey, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you, and see you in the next video.